Oregon County issues face mask order that exempts non-white people. So you've got scamdemic, plus race riots, plus, you know, how the whole formula goes. And check this out. Lincoln County, Oregon has exempted non-white people from a new order, the New World Order, requiring that face mask coverings be worn in public to prevent racial profiling. You cannot make this SHIT up, but they can. They are so deeply embedded within our governments and within the whole corporatocracy that runs this New World Order that they do this every single day to us. So it's the complete inverse. They're saying that they're going to exempt non-white people because they want to prevent racial profiling. So you're racially profiling by making white people wear face masks, and you're claiming the opposite. You're absolute scumbags. And you're racist. And you hate white people. That's pretty obvious. This is just insanity. I mean, it's absolutely insane. And it always is the inverse, right? We show this all the time. It's always an inverse, right? When they say, you know, like say reproductive rights, it's about the right to murder babies. Planned Parenthood is planning not to have children. Right? It's always the inverse. So they're going to prevent racial profiling by making only whites wear masks. Yeah. This stuff is so evil, and it needs to be blatantly called out. Look, folks, if we're going to play the racism game, it has to be applied evenly across the board. Meaning, if you're going to be racist towards white people, you need to suffer the same consequences. That's all. We need the majority of white people and black people and brown and whatever color. I don't give a damn. You know that. Whatever color, race, ethnicity, you know, you are, to stand up to this new world order in unison and say, screw your organization, screw this Black Lives Matter, screw Antifa, screw all the other groups that you're orchestrating to carry out this. Screw Bill Gates to hell and back. Hell probably rejected Bill Gates. This guy's too evil for hell. I mean, it's just insane. So, you know, health officials announced last week residents must wear face coverings in public settings where they may come within 6 feet of another individual who is not of the same household. But people of color do not have to follow the new rule if they have heightened concern about racial profiling and harassment over wearing masks. I don't know. What are you going to do now? You're going to go out and blackface yourself so you don't have to wear a mask? And then you'll be accused of blackface, of course, because nobody's allowed to do anything in these days. No person shall intimidate or harass people who do not comply. Oh, yeah, really? See what's happening all across North America and in Europe and elsewhere where people are being verbally assaulted, physically assaulted, like we showed yesterday with the guy in Florida, being physically assaulted by Walmart employees. It's just insanity. So yeah, no person shall intimidate or harass people who do not comply. With mask requirements becoming more common, activists have raised concerns that the directives could put non-white people in danger. Gotta take them out of their safe space. Forget about the white people, though. Screw them. They're all... You know what do you know this about the white people? They used to all have slaves, and they're all inherently racist. They hate all other people. They're just terrible, privileged people. We all know that, right? Because New York Times, right? Because CNN, because Washington Post, right? We all know that, right? That's the story. Is that not the story? Is that the kosher story that you guys put out every single day? I really hope you all face justice. You really all need to face justice. Everyone involved in this needs to face justice. And the people that are passing this type of crap need to face justice. That's all I ask for, YouTube community. Just justice. I mean, real justice. Godly intervention. You know the type. So with mask requirements, putting non-white people in danger, and here's a quote. For many black people, deciding whether or not to wear a bandana in public to protect themselves and others from contracting coronavirus is a lose-lose situation that can result in life-threatening consequences either way, said Renika Moore, director of the ACLU. Criminal organizations. Criminal organizations. You guys are such scumbags. ACLU, Racial Justice Program, told, of course, CNN, your 322 there. Trevor Logan, who is black, said the orders to wear face coverings are basically telling people to look dangerous given the racial stereotypes are out there. Now, basically, it's the New World Order making you lockstep and do unbelievably dehumanizing things in order to program you and take control of the world. You're just throwing this whole race thing in, of course, because you want to cause absolute chaos and be able to carry out what you're doing. This is in the larger context of black men fitting the description of a suspect who has a hood on, who has a face covering on. Logan, an economics professor at Ohio State. Well, is it racial? If somebody just held up a store and it was a black man who had a hood on and a face mask, geez, what do you expect them to put out on the APB? It's so stupid. It looks like almost every criminal sketch of a garden variety black suspect. Well, stop doing those things and maybe they will stop manifesting. But the thing is, beyond that, we all look like that now. Oh man, it's so insane because it's structured to pull you in and trap you in their crap. Because if you deny it, then you're saying there's no racial inequality and that blacks don't suffer from racial injustice, which we know they do. I know they do, right? So it's, oh my God, just weaving these things together and then using the divide. And here we are every day. You're going to see it more and more. We showed the Cracker video last night that's showing black people, being the slave owners of whites. And because whites had murdered and raped their daughters for generations, now it's time for payback sort of thing, right? It's so evil. It's so evil what is going on. And I must implore the black community, first and foremost, if you want to really stop racism, as you call it, stop distinguishing yourself from everyone else, start referring to yourself as human beings first, right? And secondly, understand who runs the media, who runs this New World Order, and who really is behind Planned Parenthood. Understand who has set up all the Planned Parenthood's locations in many of your neighborhoods in order to depopulate you. Understand what their objectives are. People like Bill Gates, for instance, who are directly behind the scamdemic. Don't play into the racial divide and conquer. Don't allow yourself to be manipulated by Hollywood. Very evil what's going on, folks. We're seeing a destruction of freedom of speech. We're seeing a full-on destruction of our rights. Our constitutional rights are being thrown out the window, and we're forced to dance through hoops of fire just to go in and get a loaf of bread, and this is just the beginning, the way that it's rolling out. We've got the contact tracing and we got bars and restaurants taking down people's details if they come. All kinds of restrictions being placed. People having to stand in circles, waiting in line. It's so evil what's going on. It's so evil. It's so insane. And this is just blatant racism, pure blatant racism towards white people, saying that white people have to wear the mask but blacks don't. This is just our controllers doing what they do. And it needs to be called out, and it needs to stop, and the people that are responsible for this need to face justice. Nobody should be wearing a mask. I mean, nobody. And none of us should have to deal with this crap. Stand up for justice. Stand up for your rights. Stand up for your Bill of Rights and your constitutional rights in front of everything. It's a million times more important than any stupid-ass virus, any stupid-ass race war, and any of this crap. Because it's the only thing that we have that protects us. And they want us to believe that they can just whip up anything at any time and say, sorry, you don't have any rights now because, you know what, we've got this virus going, so sorry. That Constitution, that's all nice, but you know what, now we've got a virus, so guess what, lockstep, here's your FEMA camp. It's so evil what's going on. Anyways, hope you guys are hanging in there and standing up to this insanity. And I mean, it's how are you supposed to look at these things and not get enraged, right? Like every single day it gets worse. Every single day more of these stories are just rubbed in our face, and every little area is doing these little psyops that take away and destroy our rights and push this racial divide and conquer. It's so evil what's going on, folks. It's a full-on New World Order, and we all need to stand. Every color, put the stupid colors aside. Stop freaking identifying as your color, and start realizing that we're all in the same boat together, and these scumbags don't like any of us, and they want us all off this planet. So we better start working together, folks. Everyone needs to work together. And then working together, the last thing in the world that means is supporting BLM or Antifa or any of these bullshit groups, Extinction Rebellion, all this crap that they whip together. It means people standing for their rights. That's it. It's the only thing that we can all agree on. It's the only thing that we can all trust. If we say that is the law, and we will do everything we can to make sure that that law protects every human being at every turn, no matter what happens. That is what we need. And we all need to be adamantly aware of this at all moments, at all times. We must never sacrifice our freedoms ever again. Ever. It's so imperative that all of humanity stands up to this. Or at least all the people that are not part of this scumbag New World Order. Anyways. I get so angry. I mean, how can you not get angry? Look at this stuff. Look at this stuff. Look at this stuff. Cut the crap. Cut the crap. Stop this attack on white people. Stop it. Just stop it. And white people, pull your heads out of your asses. And all people, just stop identifying as your color. That's what they want you to do. You know, I fall into it myself because, you know, they structure the whole thing to make you jump into your camps or... it's so evil. It's like, oh yeah, we gotta end racism, end hate. It's the same as saying end hate. It just means end freedom, end, you know, freedom of speech, end all your rights, end the Constitution. That's what it means. End hate is evil. Hate is important. It's an emotion. We all have it. We all should be entitled to it. We should all be entitled to having rotten opinions and rotten, racist, if you want, you know, views on things. We should be allowed to have the most distasteful sort of views and you know, opinions, because that's freedom. Anything else is totalitarianism, folks, and that's what they want. So we all need to stand up against this. Please do your best. Please stop with this racial divide and conquer crap. Stop buying into it. Stop this support of any Black Lives Matter crap. It's all the New World Order. And it's all here to destroy us. Anyways, thanks so much for taking the time to listen. If you can, please do come and support me. Patreon links in the description. Very important. I hope you guys are hanging in there and having a good week. And boy, oh boy. We try our best to, you know, stand up to this crap. Just do the best that you can. Much love. God bless. See you on the next one, folks.